This week on the Late Apex, we talk about project cars. Sam sits down for a chat with Porsche Junior driver Adam Smalley, and we take a little look behind the scenes here at the Apex Racing Studios. Hello and welcome to this week's The Late Apex, and well, it's been a little bit of a busy week in the world of sim racing as always. I'm Tim Cox and he's Sam Fitzpatrick to try and guide you through what's happened this week. It's a bit of a busy week, hasn't it, to say the least. Some interesting things coming out.
It sure has. Shall we go into some of the headlines?
I think that sounds like a great idea and give you a 60-second sim racing update. You can now pre-order one of Aztec's free direct drive wheels as they enter into the market for the first time with the La Prima, Forte and Invicta. They've also released the Series S pedals, which is a development on from that Invicta and Forte pedals released earlier this year. Rennsport, well, they've moved their closed beta to January in a move that's going to see everyone come together with the alpha drivers and testers and move into the full release in 2023. Next Level Racing, well, they've released their new Elite Light cockpits. They come with single-seater, GT and hybrid varieties, costing between 750 and 900 euros. And in terms of Black Friday, well, it's coming and there's a whole raft of discounts already being released. iRacing, they're going to be offering 25% off 1 and 2 year subscriptions. Track Racer have a 15% discount on all products until the end of November. SimLab, well, it's 10% off all items there. And Digital Motorsports have a wide range of discounts. But Fanatec, interestingly, well, they're knocking a huge $500 off their Podium Racing F1 wheel due to supply shortages to their other wheelbase offerings. Well, really interesting one about Fanatec and discounts, but a lot of things to get excited about there. But I'm angry, Sam. Ask me why I'm angry, Sam.
Why are you angry, Sam?
Well, EA Sports, it's clearly not in the game anymore. I know it's technically EA, not EA Sports, but Project Cars, they've pulled the development, Sam, for Project Cars 4.
Exactly. As far as we're aware, already a couple of years of work has gone into Project Cars 4 once Project Cars, and one of the biggest sim racing titles from the past decade is not going to be continued anymore. Especially
for console owners. That's where I first got into Project Cars. Obviously, we had Project Cars 1, which was crowd-funded. You know, lots of the community got behind it. Project Cars 2, a decent worthy successor. Yes, it had its issues and a few problems, but because it was just being bred by the community, we all sort of saw past them. It had potential. And then came the horrific letdown that was Project Cars 3. Apparently, as sim racers, we didn't want tyre wear, fuel usage or pit stops. Let's just block off all the pit lanes. And we wanted random upgrades in there too. It wasn't for me. It was like they were trying to bridge the gap between sim racing and arcade, but it was just too far the opposite way and really gone away from their initial core offering of where their crowdfunding days had come from and just done away with it.
Yeah, it was a marketing disaster, wasn't it? Because the thing is, if they just called it something separately, a bit like Forza Horizon, for example,
prime
then
example.
It maybe could have worked, perhaps. But instead, the whole title since that third edition feels like it's been a bit tainted now. And EA have decided that it's not something that they want to be investing in. They've decided that they want to focus more on open world kind of series like Need for Speed, and then also, of course, the licenses that they got with Formula 1.
It's just so good because there was so much potential in it. I know a lot of people said, and I think I was definitely in that camp as well, that Automobilista 2 was realistically the game that Project Cars 3 should have been. And 4, I was just hoping for great things out about it. Ian Bell, obviously one of the main producers, he was touting great things about it as well. I think we got us all back in love with the series and thought it was going to be what we wanted Project Cars 3 to be.
Yeah, exactly, and hopefully Ian Bell, he has got some of who of course designed GTR 2 as well, along with a few other kind of PC games in the 2000s. He has got some of the old employees of GTR 2 and some of the guys from Slightly Mad Studios. He's created his own studios, Mildly Annoyed Studios, and they are going to be creating GTR Revival. So we've sort of got remnants now of Project Cars because you've got Automobilista 2, and then you've also got the same developers who are working on GTR Revival. So it's not like a complete death as such, but at least in terms of EA and in terms of the existing studios, it's not going to be a thing anymore.
Well, on to something a bit more positive now, and maybe you've wondered, well, this looks all very fancy and nice, but what actually goes on behind the camera to one of our broadcasts here at Apex Racing TV? You know, where does how many producers are there? What sort of runs it? Or the camera setup? Well, we took a little bit of a look behind the scenes of one of our live broadcasts to give you a bit of a clue and see what myself and Sam get up to exactly.
We're just a few minutes away from going live for the broadcast. I'm mic'd up, so is Tim. We also have our earpieces, so Jamie and John can send us information. They're going to be working in the production room. We have 4 PCs in here, along with a lot of screens, and so we can see what is going on out on circuit, along with lots of extra information as well. And we can also do picture-in-picture, show live footage and replay footage all in one go. Then we have our brilliant studio. We're using the tripod camera, also with the teleprompter, so we know what to say at any one time. We've also got our fantastic screens, the lights on the stage, and of course alongside the screens as well. And we also have the monitors as well, and that enables me and Tim to know what is going out on stream live and also what scenes are being lined up on vMix as well. So we're just a few moments away. Fingers crossed it's a successful broadcast.
Hello and welcome back to another week. A little bit interesting, potentially. And let's take a look across what's between them. It's still up for grabs. Live trackside for qualifying.
Earlier on about our Beeson, approaching the line.
Extend his margin out in front. Where has that come from?
Still that top four out on second.
Keeping us, we are green and we are go in Brazil. Something's happened to the pop. He's around. He's around there, Sam. I mean, surely it would have been better to just ride this one out.
Incredible stuff right now. Well, that was a good race, Tim, wasn't it?
That was really crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
From start to finish. It just didn't end. All 4 rounds.
It was an easy broadcast for us, no technical issues for us, and a very entertaining race. So I think we'll pass over to Sam and Tim from the future.
Well, hoping that's given you all a bit of an idea and a bit of a flavour for exactly what we do here and what goes into one of our broadcasts. As a commentator first coming into working in this sort of environment, there's a lot more goes into it than what meets the eye.
Yeah, we have a lot of like extra software going on in the background, and then of course working in this fantastic space. I certainly wasn't expecting to be working in a space like this 6 months ago. Tim, it's amazing that we've got this fantastic studio and we can use it for this show, and of course the F3 Championship, also our upcoming ARL GT3 trophy as well, which is going to be a lot of fun, which is also going to be broadcast here. Check out apexracingleague.com for more information on that. But yeah, it's absolutely mega, and this is pretty much as good a facility as you're going to get for esports broadcasting in the country and in the world.
Big words there, but no, definitely agree. It's great investment into sim racing as a whole, I think, and something that's hopefully just going to drag us and take us up into that next level that I think so many of us believe that we really do deserve and we should be at. All right, we're going to head to a quick break now. On the other side, Sam sits down for a chat with Adam Smalley, and we take a little look at the week ahead here at Apex Racing TV. Hello and welcome back, and it's that time of the show again where Sam has a bit of a sit down for a chat with someone from the sim racing world, but a bit of a transition this week because it's Porsche Junior driver Adam Smalley, who drives in Porsche Carrera Cup GB. I'm looking forward to hearing this one. I do love a good Porsche Cup and some brilliant action in that series.
Yes, and yeah, Adam was a very good guest to have here at the Apex Racing Sim Centre, so we'll have a look at what he had to say.
My father got me my first go-kart when I was 8 years old, purely just for a bit of fun, and that soon progressed into competing in the British Championships and European Championships in go-karting. For many years I won the Ginetta Junior Scholarship when I was 15, which was my first real into cars. So that paid for my first full season in car racing. Off the back of that, I got really fortunate with several different partners and sponsors along the way. And it soon progressed. We won 2 British Championships, which was the Ginetta Junior Championship and also the GT4 Super Cup Championship last year. And off the back of that, I won the Porsche GB Junior Shootout. So since then, it's massively changed my life. It's a privilege to be the Porsche Junior driver, represent such a prestigious brand in motorsport, and that's where I'm at the moment. It's amazing to see what goes into sim racing. When you're racing online with other people, you don't expect them to be sat in a facility as good as this. So yeah, it's a true testimony to the sim world and to see the development over the past few years, and that something like this is actually possible. So being the Porsche GB Junior driver, I'm on a 2-year contract competing Porsche Carrera Cup GB Championship. This season was absolutely fantastic. We had a great year last year, finishing vice champion. And yeah, to return into it next year, there's only one goal in mind. So I'm really hoping I can put in the sim work over winter and achieve that top step next year. Oh, the rig's great. Sat here for the first time this morning. It is strange because having that feeling of all the screens around you, it does feel like you're in the car, and there's so much force feedback through the wheel that it does make up for not having the G-force there. Obviously it is strange not having the forces pulling you in different directions, but yeah, it's as close to the real thing as possible, and yeah, you almost forget you sat in a sim and not the real car. Walking to take my racing abroad next season, hopefully some rounds in the Porsche Super Cup Championship, and to learn those circuits before you go there is a massive advantage. And also getting used to the car, new tracks, different techniques you pick up on. Getting that racecraft, practicing silly little things like starts and overtaking manoeuvres is, yeah, massively beneficial. Absolutely loads. First of all, using this amazing facility, it's so good to be able to come down here, use it and interact with all the guys, and also to see what they do differently. It was cool this morning to see how Kevin drives the car different to what I do. I did it, he did a time, and suddenly I found an extra 6/10 just by watching what he did. And it's mainly to boost my personal sim knowledge, to find out where these guys are quicker, and also just that bringing the real life racing and the sim racing community closer. I think there's a nice bridge between it now, and we can see how the two relate, and it's cool to bring the two together.
Well, interesting chat you had there, Sam, with Adam, and coming on board with Apex Racing Team, just showing how the sim and real life racing worlds are really starting to meld together right now and amalgamate, and I think it's only making us stronger, really.
He's talking about, I was learning off, Kev, which is quite unusual because, you sort of think as these, pro drivers coming into the sim racing world and they've got it all figured out. But, Adam realises in order to get to the level that he wants, he's going to have to learn from some drivers, and who better to learn from than, Kev, Pete, Johan, Jamie, and the rest of the ART squad.
Well, of course, Kevin being Porsche Esports Carrera Cup champion for Great Britain as well. So nice bit of tie there between the pair of them, and see how it works. But, well, I think good time to take a look ahead at it here at Apex Racing TV to the week ahead. There's the broadcast we've got coming up. And, well, so many iRacing broadcasts, Sam. What's your pick of the bunch?
Yeah, I think our best one of the week on iRacing is going to be the Apex Racing Academy Formula 3 Virtual Racing School Super Series. It is the season finale from Zolder. Of course, the broadcast that we do here from our studio, there's going to be 3 championships to decide, well, 4 championships to decide even. We've got the Pro, the Pro-Am and the Am, and also the Teams Championship as well. We keep on saying it every single week, Tim. The championship's just been absolutely mega. Every round has delivered so far this season, and I think it's only got better and better as we learn some rivalries between some of the drivers. We get to know the drivers a bit better, as well as we always do with these series. And I think the season finale at Zolder could be one of the best yet.
For me, it's that Pro-Am Championship. That's been the most intriguing for me, because it's like nobody's wanted to lead it at any stage, really, where whoever's got out in front of the head of the championship, they've ended up then losing it, and then someone, even third, fourth, fifth down, has then come to be the cream of the crop and the top of the pile. Aaron Smith, though, really flying at the moment. Oh, I don't want to heap praise onto him. Can he hold on to it? I don't know. It's been so topsy-turvy. You just don't know, Sam. You just don't know.
I think it'll be him or Grissetto, won't it? Those two have sort of been the informed drivers in the second half of the season. The AM Championship as well, not totally decided. Michael Griffin in the lead of that one, but Cambrali Charney and Jose Arroyo with a small chance. The Pro Championship looking very good for Isaac Arvidsson, so I doubt that one's going to turn in. The Team Championship as well for Simrace Sweden. They've been absolutely immaculate. But yeah, that Pro-Am, I'm not certain which way it's going to go until they have all crossed the line at the end of the A final at Zolder.
It's definitely a one to watch out for. Very much looking out for that one. Well, I think that's all time for here this week on The Late Apex. Thanks very much for joining us. I've been Tim Cox, he's been Sam Fitzpatrick, and we'll see you in a week's time.